You know, one of the biggest myths people believe today is that the NBA is just as competitive, just as passionate, just as ruthless as it was back in the day. Spoiler alert, it's not. I have to say, some playoff games so far have been okay. A little bit more physical, a little bit more fight, a little bit more interesting. Today's league is softer, it's easier, and a lot of players, frankly, don't even care about winning. They just want the bag, the brand deals, the IG likes, the TikTok clout, whatever you want to call it or whatever comes with the lifestyle. And the sad part, you have former players, real legends, trying to tell today's NBA fans the truth. And a lot of these kids just call them old heads and tune them out like they're crazy, not even looking at the games from before. Well, today we're putting receipts on the table, guys. You don't have to take it from me. You don't have to take it from Twitter. You don't even have to take it only from the old heads. Let's hear it from Shaq, Draymond Green, DeMar DeRozan, and Paul George. How do you like that? But before we dive into that, welcome. My name is Paul, and this is The Basketball Show, where I talk today's NBA, current events, news, players, and more. All completely unbiased, even though some people disagree, because any opposing opinion to weak people is always hating. Truth is truth, and I try to stand by that. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with Shaquille O'Neal. Now, Shaq is somebody who's done it all. MVP, champion, finals MVP, dominator of an entire era. And when Shaq speaks about the culture of today's NBA, you'd think people would listen, wouldn't you? Instead, nah. They'll call him a hater, an old head stuck in the past. And you all know I hate that hater name. Because to me, there is no such thing as a hater. If somebody has a different opinion than today's young kids, automatically a hater. Doesn't work like that. Here's what Shaq said about today's players. And honestly, it's brutal, but it's honest.
I love the game, but I don't think the current players love the game. I think they love what they get out of the game. See, I didn't play for money. I played to have my name in with the gods. Like if you would have gave me $40,000 for 10 years, I still would have played. So a lot of these guys want to make 200, 300 million, but they don't give the fans what they deserve. You shoot 100 threes rather than going to the hole and tearing the rim down. So I don't think they love the game.
Yeah, not loving basketball, loving the perks, the money, the brand deals. Shaq's not wrong. You can see it with your own eyes every single night. Load management, half-speed defense, guys smiling after losses or during losses or whatever. They behave like they just got promoted sometimes. You even saw LeBron James and Anthony Edwards all buddy and smiles and joking around in Game 3 of the NBA playoffs in a very important Game 3, series tied 1-1 with a very close game and 2 minutes remaining. Damn. You'd never see that back in the day, ever. At least my Knicks and Pistons don't like each other, because they don't. These two teams are going at each other. They do not like each other, period. That's better. And people want to call that normal, the LeBron James and Anthony Edwards behavior and all that buddy stuff. That's not normal. Now, maybe you're sitting there thinking, okay, that's just Shaq being old school. It's from a different era. An old head, right? Fair enough. What about Draymond Green? You know Draymond, who still plays in the NBA? Who's literally in locker rooms with these guys right now? Listen to what he said recently.
That don't really love it, because let's face it, that's 70% of the league, like that don't really love it, don't really care whether they win or they lose.
Guys, 70%, not 7%, 70. You know how crazy that is? Imagine showing up to a restaurant and 7 out of 10 chefs don't give a crap whether your food is cooked or raw. That's the NBA right now, as per Draymond Green. Except instead of food poisoning, We get 148 to 132 regular season showcase with nobody playing any goddamn defense. Draymond ain't guessing. He's living it every day. He's not an old head. And when even active players are calling it out, you know it's bad. Still think it's just coincidence? As I said, now listen to DeMar DeRozan and Paul George, two respected veterans in the game. Both all-stars, both guys who grew up loving the game and are still playing in the NBA at a top level. Here's what they had to say.
We do got a lot of sorry league. I'm gonna be honest.
No cap.
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
That's fair.
I'm be completely honest with you. I'm be completely honest with you. I'm the type of dude. I keep my opinions to myself. I chill. I play the backseat. But being in the league so long, you realize how many motherfuckers don't love the game of basketball, who take it for granted, who feel so entitled, who just want everything that come with it, but don't want to put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
It's so frustrating. You know what I mean? Especially like we played in an era where you had to like earn everything. You know what I mean? So you got so many guys coming in thinking like they just should be playing because they homeboy told them they nice. And it's like, bro, you're not good.
Yeah, it's a good, what is it, 450 of us? It's a good 75 to 100.
Stinks.
Now it's a pattern now, isn't it? Different players, different teams, current and ex-players say it. Same message. Today's league is full of guys who treat basketball like a stepping stone, not a passion. It's about endorsement deals, shoe launches, TikTok dances, not banners, not rings.
You have a responsibility to the city of Los Angeles to bring championship banners back where they belong. That is your responsibility. You have to understand that nothing else matters. Second place does not matter. Second place means you're the first loser. You have that mentality here. That's what gets you there. This franchise does not hang division banners. It does not hang conference championships. We hang one banner and one banner only, and that's NBA titles.
And that's why you see the inconsistency. That's why you see teams blow 20-point leads every other night without even looking upset. That's why defense is optional until late May. And listen, this ties into something a lot of people don't want to admit. This is the watered down competition that LeBron James has been stacking stats against for years now. You know it's a coincidence that a guy in his 22nd season is still cruising around putting up 25, 30 points a night. It's not just that LeBron's taking care of his body, and props to him for that. But the game itself is easier now. No hand checking, no physical defense allowed most of the time, no illegal defense trapping stars. Half the league doesn't care if they win or lose anyway. Guys are worried about their brand before they're worried about banners and winning games. In MJ's era, you went into the paint, you got clotheslined. Listen to Charles Oakley talking. Listen to some ex-Indiana Pacers talking. 90s teams. Just listen. Watch some film. There is no easy layups in that era. In LeBron's era, you drive into the paint, you get a free 2 shots and a sympathy hug from the ref and another hug from your opponent. It's just different, man. And when you combine softened rules with lazy competition, you're naturally going to get inflated numbers. That's not hate. It's just basic common sense. There's a lot of people without any common sense these days. In sports, in politics, in a lot of different things. Listen, the NBA is still fun. There are still real dogs out there. You got Giannis, Jimmy Butler. Jalen Brunson from the Knicks. The guy is a killer right now. And some other players. But overall, today's league is softer, less competitive, and way more about the money than it's about the love of the game. And if Shaq, Draymond Green, DeMar DeRozan, and Paul George, guys from different timelines, are all saying the same thing, you better believe it's not just hating old heads. It's the truth. Now, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree that today's NBA players don't have the same fire and passion as the players from the 80s, 90s, and even early 2000s? Or do you think today's stars get a bad rap? Hit like, subscribe, and if you support the grind, consider becoming a channel member or just throw in a super thanks. It helps me keep bringing you honest, unfiltered NBA content every single day. Now, this is the Basketball Show, signing off. I'm Paul. See you in the next one.